I just randomly turned on the camera and decided to redo my bookshelves. I have no plan, no idea what I'm gonna do, so we'll see how it goes. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Maddie, and hi, I'm happy to have you here. If you've been with me for a while, then maybe you saw the video where I built and put together this bookshelf. I think that video was back like 6 months ago, but watch it just be like 2 months ago. I have no concept of time, but I feel like it's been enough time. It's the start of a new year. I just wanna kind of refresh. I also have some new books that I want to make room for, and I have Christmas stuff that has to go. I was actually planning on filming a totally different video, but if you can see, it's completely dark outside. Not that that really matters because my room is always dark. It's just been dark all day here. It's been pitch black since like 2 o'clock. There's all these severe thunderstorms, possible tornado warnings, all of that stuff going on, and I feel like it's just the perfect cozy time to be reorganizing my bookshelves. Hopefully the power doesn't go out because that wouldn't make it as fun. Like I said, I have absolutely no game plan. I just know that I have some new books and a couple new ones that are going to be coming in that I want to display on my shelves, so I need to make room for those. I want to get rid of my Christmas decorations, which is good because honestly, my shelves have hit like peak too much crap on them. So I need to get rid of some stuff, and then I just want to reorganize. I'm kind of tired of seeing the same old shelves. I have this one, which is my main one, my big pretty display shelf. And then don't look at my trash bags, but I also have this interesting situation. That's my TBR cart, and then this is just like a weird mess of things. So maybe I will reorganize that. Well, definitely I'm going to reorganize it, but maybe I will make that less ugly. If you know me, then you probably know that I'm about to pull all of the books off my shelves because that is just my favorite thing to do, to pull everything off, have all those giant book stacks on the floor, and start fresh. I'll give you a quick little tour of what I have right now. I don't hate what I have now, I just want to switch it up. Okay, my room is so small, so this is the best that I can give you to see the whole thing at once, but let's go zoom in. Up on the top, we have my Harry Potter shrine. As you can see, I have a lot of Harry Potter trinkets. Also, I'm holding this because my tripod doesn't go anywhere near high enough, so I'm sorry that it's shaky. Just a couple hardcovers up here too, and then my Studio Ghibli coffee table book, which I might want to put on my actual coffee table. This one is for sure my favorite shelf, but she needs some reworking. Here I have my Stephanie Garber shrine. I'm obsessed with her, and look at her. Once Upon a Broken Heart is one of my favorite series ever, and my friend Mick got me the UK hardcover edition, which is stunning. It is so much better than the US hardcover. I don't know why we got those ugly things and they got this, but just wait. The naked hardcover? Stop it. She is gorgeous. I can't get over it. I've had it for a few days now and I literally can't stop looking at it. She's gorgeous. But I haven't shown you the best part. It's signed. It is signed by Miss Stephanie Garber. Mick didn't even know it was signed when she got it for me. When I sent her the picture, she was shook. This is my most prized possession and it needs to be properly displayed. Right now I just have it shoved in front of my Carball Special Edition, which obviously I don't want to cover that one up. And here's where I have a dilemma. Honestly, the real dilemma is that I only have one bookshelf. But my other dilemma, that's not really a dilemma at all, it just presents a unique challenge, is that my boyfriend actually got me the second and third books in the UK hardcover, and I don't have them yet because they haven't gotten here. But I'm gonna have the full set, which is amazing. And I got so lucky. I told him I wanted those for Christmas. I did not tell Mick or anybody else that I wanted them for Christmas. So when I opened this, I was like, oh, is this one you got me? And by sheer luck, he got me books 2 and 3 and she got me the first one. I love the both of you. But anyways, the point is I have to display all 3 of these. And I think I want to display them like this with the full cover out, which is what I originally did with the US hardcovers. Which, if you're wanting to compare, this is what we got and this is what they got. So I 100% want to display them so that you can see the whole thing, but that means that I have to save room for 3 of these on this shelf. So this one is going to need a major overhaul in some sort of way. Oh, I also have my cute little book nook on here, which I'll probably have to move to another shelf. And then the rest of my favorite fantasies are on this shelf. This one is full of junk as well. This one is my TBR of fantasy books that I'm trying to shame myself into reading. It's full of all of the completed fantasy series that are super popular that I have not started. Except for ACOTAR, I read the first one. I also have my plant. Isn't she cute? She's probably dying because I can't keep anything alive. Then we have my romance / general fiction shelf. I'm really loving the colorful mismatched thing I have going on here, so I don't know how much I'll change this one. This is my mystery thriller shelf, and then down here is kind of a mess, but this is my 24 books to read in 2024. They aren't all on here, but this is most of them. I definitely want to redo this in a prettier way. There's not really anything special about my TBR cart, although don't be fooled, this is not all of my TBR. It's overflowing into everything else. This has always been the ugliest part of my room. I've never been happy with this area. I've had this thing for years, ever since I was a freshman in college, and it's what I use as my TV stand, but then I just ended up filling it with books, and I don't really like that it's so dark. I don't like all of the cords that I have going back behind my TV, but I'm not about to fix that. And then I have these two ugly bins that have like my crafty things. So that's what I'm working with. I'm gonna go take some pictures so that I know at least what I had going on before, and then I will start pulling things off the shelves. When I have all my books stacked up on the floor. It's always quite a bit intimidating, but it's also fun. We've got a lot going on here. I took a quick break to eat something besides Nerds, and I actually counted every single book that I own. There's actually a little bit more than what's in here. I have a few out in the living room, and I also have duplicate Harry Potters hiding somewhere. So I counted all of them. 244. I have 244 books. Okay, I have been putting it off, but now I need to organize all of these into stacks. I think I'll do this how I normally do it, and I will divide it out into genres and authors. It just makes it easier, I think, to sort it out and see how much I have of everything and what I want to do with it on the shelves. So let's start. I've made myself a ton of books. I have them sorted and I'll explain in a second, but first I have a few books that I've decided I don't want in my room anymore. Okay, I didn't like that angle, but this half is books that I've already read. There's a couple in here if they're part of a series, and I've read most of the series that are in here, but like 99% of these I have read. I've got my Harry Potter hardbacks. These two stacks here are mystery thrillers. This little stack is more like middle grade and young adult, like Hunger Games Divergent. Romance, general fiction-esque, and fantasy. Onto the other side, these are obviously my unread books. Starting with my little box that I just got yesterday of Spy Family volumes 1 through 4. I never thought that I would be reading manga, and here I am, absolutely loving this. So now I have to figure out where I'm gonna fit this, and I know I'm gonna end up reading all 12 volumes of this, so she's going to eventually take up a good chunk of shelf space. We have general fiction, mystery thriller. These two are fantasy or sci-fi, and they're either the first book in the series and I don't have any more than that, or it's a standalone. These two in the back are fantasy, where I do have the entire series, but I haven't started it. This is romance, a smaller stack of romance, and then this is something, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a tiny little stack of just 2 books of my 2 nonfiction. Now I need to go through and take off all of the junk that I have on this shelf, wipe it all down, and then figure out my new game plan. All of the books are in shelves. Do I like the shelves that they're in? I'm not sure. I just spent the last like 30 minutes laying on the floor and now it's midnight. I honestly don't know what happened to me, but I'm tapping out. I need to go to bed and now I have this mess behind me that I have to clean up. So I'm gonna take a look at everything tomorrow with a fresh pair of eyes and see what tweaking I can do and hopefully make it better. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Good night. It's the next day and I'm back at it. I don't know what happened last night. I think that I ate so many nerds that it made me physically ill, so I won't be doing that again. As of right now, I have all the books where I think they're gonna stay, but I really am not loving these bins. I don't know how much you can see of them. Like I said, it's full of like my crafting stuff, like a bunch of yarn and other stuff that's just not cute. I have these bins right now that are a little short and you can see in. And I have these two that are in my closet. They're just like those standard things that are made to go in these organizers. And I want to see if they will fit into these cubes because I think this would look a lot better. You wouldn't be able to see in and see all of my yarn and the mess I've got going on. So let's see if it will fit. Okay, here you can actually see, but see, it just fits perfect. You won't be able to see any of my stuff. And I think it just looks cleaner than these weird, ugly, really old half bin things that I have going on. Yay. So I'll just swap what I have into the opposite bins. Okay, I think this looks so much better. I just like that my stuff is more hidden and I feel like it just looks more clean. Yay, we are almost done. Okay guys, I'm finally done, at least for now. I cannot wait for The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love to come in. I think that is just going to make it so much better. Those covers are going to be beautiful. I'm so excited. But other than those two, I think that I'm happy with everything else. Of course, it's not even 5 o'clock and it's already dark and gross. It's not much better than it was yesterday, so the lighting isn't the best, but I'm gonna give you a tour. Okay, I wanted to save the best for last, so we're gonna start with the ugly shelf. We have just a couple of mystery thrillers and that one over there that didn't fit in the big bookshelf. Those are all ones that I've read already, and we have Little McGonagall on top. And in these two, we have my 24 books I want to read in 2024, plus a couple of extras that weren't on that list, but that were on my priority TBR. The only ones that aren't on here are the 3 that are in my current month's TBR, and then I have Iron Flame on my bookshelf. It just was too pretty next to Fourth Wing, I didn't want to move it. And then my TBR cart isn't very exciting, but I switched a couple things out. It's romance on the top, and then mystery thriller / fantasy, and a couple others down here. And then on the other side, I keep the books that I'm not as interested in at the moment. And then I have a couple where I have to read another book in order to read that one first, like the second in a series or something. So that's what the TBR cart's got. Moving on to the main attraction, my pretty bookshelf. I'll quickly go over each of the shelves and then I'll give you a little close-up. Okay, definitely the shelf that I'm the least happy with is the top one. It's just not very cohesive. It was kind of an afterthought. It's where I put all of my hardcovers that weren't already displayed somewhere else, and then my paperbacks that are a lot taller than the rest. So they kind of go together height-wise at least, but there's like no cohesion. I'm not really a fan. I think as I cycle through more of my unread books, I will hopefully be able to replace that with something else. I have my little Dino Jelly Cat up there, and then this cute little Ron that I found at Harry Potter. No. That I found at Five Below. He's just the cutest thing I've ever seen. This shelf is pretty similar to what I had before, except it's now like 3 shelves higher. It's my romance and general fiction shelf. It's all my pretty colored books. I do still have One in Rome as my display book, but I did something a little different. Instead of just being flat, I tilted it a little bit. Crazy, I know. And now my little greenhouse book nook is with these books, which I think is cute. Also, I don't know if I showed you this already, but look at this cute thing. Brennan got me these. They are so cute. They're just bookmarks that are little leaves, and so they stick up out of your book. I think they're adorable. I sprinkled these in between both shelves on some of my favorite books and then some not favorites, but they are just so cute. It's a little tiny detail that I never would have thought of. Now for my favorite shelf, the Stephanie Garber Shrine. If you remember before, I had my Carval Special Edition just kind of tucked away. Like I think it was just the spine was out maybe. I think it was in the box. I really like this special edition, and I like the red of the actual hardcover as opposed to the box that it comes in, so I'm glad that I have it displayed now. And this is actually the back of the book. I don't know why, but I like that side better. This is the back, and this is the front. This one's just a bit much to me. I think this one is so dainty and pretty. And I have it stacked on top of the box, so you can still see the little special detail. The best part is going to be my Once Upon a Broken Heart collection. The first one is already so pretty. I cannot wait for these two to be replaced. And then we have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame over there, not really anything special. Here is where I feel like I really switched things up, but it's not a huge difference. Before I had my Harry Potter collection at the very top shelf. These are all my hardcovers. Oops. And then I have the Caraval trilogy there just because it didn't fit on this shelf. My Hogwarts TBR mug, which I plan to start using again in February. And then some more of my favorite fantasies on the right side. Okay, so previously I had my shelf of all my really popular fantasy series that I hadn't started. That was meant to shame me into reading them and it wasn't working. I still pretty much have that, but now I have the first book in each series either on my TBR cart or in my 2024 priority TBR cubbies. I really like this shelf. I think that the series look really pretty together. But now hopefully I'll be more motivated to actually start the series. I've got my little croissant, and then my Spy Family collection can start here. As I buy more, I can just keep stacking them, and I should definitely have enough room. I was really nervous about that, but I'm glad that it worked out. And then down here is my young adult and a few mystery thrillers. It did end up being a mostly black shelf like I kind of talked about doing earlier, but I don't know if I did that on purpose or not. Alrighty guys, that is everything. This video's been super long, so I'm not gonna drag it out any longer. I do always love to do a little reorganizing, but hopefully these shelves last me for a while. I don't really wanna go through that whole process again anytime soon. If you stuck around, then thanks so much for watching. I hope it was fun, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!